wrote on Twitter, he had a lengthy tweet. He wrote, criticizing the president or the government is not an offense under the NYSC Act. See Section 13. It is also not an offense under the NYSC bylaws. See Section 4 of the revised bylaws 2011. I have watched all the videos of this lady that are being debated. There's nothing slightly partisan in her comments. She merely expressed her justified frustrations with the state of affairs in the country, particularly the impact of the scourging inflation on her and other Nigerians. This is within her constitutional right to freedom of expression as guaranteed by Section 39 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended. I am in contact with the lady. We will ensure that her rights are protected if the need arises. I know you have some comments, Rufai. You're pulling up some documents right there.
Yes.
Let's get some empirical facts. We love that.
So, a couple of things. Number one, let me start from the presidential spokesperson. You know, he's my brother, my very good friend, but I disagree with all he said. And like Inibe has been able to look through those laws, there's nowhere. And if those, let's even say, those things were written in the NYSC bylaw. So is it that the NYSC bylaw is higher than the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? Is that what they're trying to say? For him to now be calling for, saying, no, the disciplinary measure is capital punishment for a core member that's talking about the pain they are feeling in the country? You see, they will never address the matter. Criticism will always be like we're in their body because they don't address the issues. If you can point out one thing she said that is wrong, I'll have supported them. But she's talking about the plight she's facing. She's feeling and what she's going through. So him saying they twisted, nobody twisted your word. We saw your Facebook post, my brother. We saw your Facebook post.
I mean, I don't know if he knows what capital punishment means. Isn't that what was on that tweet? Capital punishment, right?
All I would tell him is do better next time. And there was no point responding. It's not everything you respond to. You could have searched this one out. Speaking about criticism, this morning, what I was pulling up, I've been reading all the criticism of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu from 2014. He didn't even dignify the president by calling president too. He said, Jonathan continues on this part of selective auditioning. When he was saying all of this, people were praising him and visioning, pretending not to notice the rape of judiciary. Why should any part of this country be under occupation? In any civilized country, Jonathan should resign. Attack on Nigeria's democracy, Nigeria must hold Jonathan's presidency responsible. A military and police force assembled and paid by Jonathan government, and the PDP cannot serve national interests and their paymasters. This was somebody criticizing another person. So why is it that now that he's being criticized, he's feeling this way? And for people that try to make it religion or turn it into she should go back, she should leave Lagos.
Yes, I don't understand.
You see, people like that, I'm not surprised. Oji, it's you that don't understand that sense is not evenly distributed in Nigeria. There are some places of higher concentration to lower concentration through a semi-permeable membrane. There's an osmotic movement of sense. But that osmotic movement is impeded once you join certain political parties. That's why somebody said, and I quote, that if you join a certain, the human brain is dynamic, that if you join a certain political party, the brain stops to what? To work. So we are not surprised. They will always put religion into it. What's the fact? Lagos smells. Oji.
And there are reasons why
I find it difficult because the gutters are cluttered.
It's an island. And it's the same with New York. It stinks. I lived in New York for 20-something years. And I'll tell you, many parts of New York stink.
When you say something stinks, what do? You fix it.
Yeah.
So there's and people that are calling Shuare nihilists because he stood up for a girl that her rights was being threatened. I am sure the NYSC will never call that girl if she had said, God bless President Tinubu.
No.
But now, because she said something in opposition to the president, if that same girl had said, Peter Obi is a terrible man, the NYSC will not call her to order. But because she has said something at variance with, the president now, then nothing should happen. Then she should face the consequences. I'm happy Shuare went. It's because Shuare, stood up for her. That's why they fled.
Right.
We must build a country where we have sense. A lot of people don't in this country.
All right. I mean, I really liked Inibehe Effiong's clarification. If you guys have a chance, go read through his tweet. And, you know, he's a lawyer, and he has detailed the fact that, you know, this young woman did not break any law. Really, we cannot continue in this manner, in this fashion. Ayovimbai.
Right, I'd like for Mr. Temitope Ajayi to show us where in the bylaws or the code of conduct that he saw that for a copper. I will read what he said when he put it on Facebook. That portion that he said was taken out of context. Citizens can abuse a living day out of their president or any public official. It is normal. But a copper violated her oath and code of conduct here. That is capital punishment under NYSC. How else would you interpret this? How else are you supposed to?
Well, maybe he thinks capital punishment means the highest
form of punishment.
So you're
insulting his intelligence. He doesn't understand English.
I mean,
he's
a
special advisor on media and publicity. He must have a good command of the English language.
That's the clarification he gave, that it was because...
So it doesn't hold water. I expect a lot more from him. He's educated. He understands capital punishment. He's a special advisor to the president. So even more than anybody else, he ought to be careful with the way he uses words. If he were another citizen, by now they would have been putting cybercrime act on him, saying that he's inciting hitting the polity and inciting violence, because that statement is very pregnant, OG. It's not because not only the people who are already angry. If you go on X, you see people. She already received threats in her DM. So when you're saying that it deserves what they, somebody might want to help NYSC to achieve that. So that's what I'm saying, like, very sensitive, and these spokespeople ought to know better. We've criticized them a number of times for the way and manner in which they misrepresent the office of the president by saying things out of turn, and then later they will either say, oh, it's my opinion.